What's up, guys? I am back. Took me a little break, recharged my batteries a little bit, and I'm ready to jump back into this whole YouTube business. Going to be a little rusty, bear with me, but we'll get through this. This is going to be a long video. I did another, I'm sure you guys can read the title up there, but I did another one of these 100 CD mystery boxes from Severed Records. Full disclosure, there will not be 100 CDs shown in this video. The ones that I got that were duplicates, a lot of them were duplicates from the 100 CD mystery box that I previously did a few years ago. Some of you watched that video. If you missed that on that and you want to get a full taste of everything that you can get in these boxes, that is linked up down in the description at your disposal, so you can go jump on. That's like an hour-long video as well. So if you want to jump, you got nothing better to do, you're off work, you're out of school, whatever, you can go check that out. Hit the camera there. This mystery box was $225, so I'm gonna put that out there. It is 100 CDs. They did not come with jewel cases, so I got on eBay and pulled the trigger on a 100 CD jewel case lot that they had on there and got those, so they're already cased up. If you don't feel comfortable spending that much or getting that big of a mystery box, they do have different increments on their site that you can pick up as well. That will be in the description as well, so you can go look at all that stuff down there that I have listed down there. I'm not going to take the time to list all these CDs. There's probably 60 something that I'm about to show you guys. So some of these I have listened to already and spent a little time with. Some of them I still haven't gotten around to. So if I have a little insight on them, I will share that. Otherwise, I'm just going to show you what I got. So stick around after this, and we'll jump right into this box.
Let these wounds forever mark your cowardice.
All right, I hope you guys are ready for an overload of death metal, brutal death metal, death grind, because there's a ton in this stack that I'm about to show you guys. I'm going to start off with the first CD that I was most excited to see in this mystery box, and it is the one that I've definitely spent the most time listening to out of everything I've gotten so far. It is the debut full length from Mortal Torment, Greek brutal death metal. Their 2015 album, Cleaver Redemption, was like a masterpiece in my mind. So I hadn't gotten around to picking up this debut yet. This one is entitled Resuscitation, and I was ecstatic to see this in there. Not a terribly long release. The glare is going to be fighting with me on the cover of this, but it is absolutely phenomenal. Was super stoked to see this one in there. Let me try to get that. You're not going to get a good look at that, unfortunately, but it was a killer release, and I was super excited to find that one in the box. Next up, we have some brutal death metal out of India, and this one, man, this one blew me away. I had never heard this before, and this is one that I have gotten around to listening to. I put it in the car one day, and it ended up staying in the CD player in the car for almost a week. This is Gut Slit with Skewered in the Sewer. Absolutely phenomenal. If you're into brutal death metal, this is like brutal death metal done just right. You're not going to find drum machines on this. I mean, it's just well performed, kick-ass brutal death metal, and definitely check out Gut Slit with Skewered in the Sewer. Next up, this is one that I have not listened to yet. This is Inborn Lycanthropy with Brutality. This was a split release between Nice to Eat You Records and Severed Records. So one that I just haven't gotten around to checking out yet. So if you see some of these that I don't know too much about and you already know them, feel free to jump in the comments and let me know something about them. Next up, we have Formless Terror. Pretty solid. I think the other release that they put out was a little bit better than this one, but I do like this one as well. This is Formless Terror with a Pax of Heretical Evolution. Probably butchered that. This is kind of like demonic death metal, but pretty solid. I want to say this band's out of like North Macedonia. I could be wrong on that, but that's where the brain is taking me there. Next up, this one looks pretty sick, but I have not listened to it yet. This is Fadahat with Addicted to Kill. And I hate the fact that that glare is just beating me up so bad on this. I hope you guys can make out some of these artworks because they are just super sick. This is released through Dead. Man, I can't even read the Dead Rebel, maybe. Can't even read the. If you can't even read the label name, you know it's got to be something brutal. So, not going to spend too much time, or we'll never get through this video. Next up, we have Dying with No Mercy, No Mercy for Us. This is a band that is no longer together. This was released through Severed Records, obviously, and Never Productions. This one's pretty good. Definitely that brutal death metal, just straightforward brutal death metal. Pretty sick stuff. From what I remember, I haven't spent a ton of time with this one, so definitely need to get back and throw that one back in the CD player and give it another listen. Another one that I haven't checked out. This is Faith Must Pain with Blood of Sibilation. I don't know. I probably butchered that, but at least the glare is not killing the cover yet. Looks pretty sick from the front. This is a No Label. Maybe this is what the other one was called. I can read it. It's enlarged a little bit there on the back. It's called No Label Records, and then Severed Records, of course. So next up, we have a band out of Kentucky, my neighbor state to the north. This is Mangled Atrocity with Grotesque Rituals of Mutilation, and there's some definite Cannibal Corpse worship going on this album. It is brutal death metal, has like that early Cannibal Corpse feel going on. There you can see Annabelle in the glare back there sitting on her little perch, but pretty solid. I have spent some time listening to that, and it definitely had that kind of Cannibal Corpse, early Cannibal Corpse feel going on. Next up, we have one that I've seen this cover around. I have not gotten around to listening to this yet, but this is, I'm going to butcher this, Esophagothemia with Oratory from the Burning Coffins. And if you can see through the glare that cover art, then you know you've probably seen this one around as well. I'm going to set that one off to the side because that is one that I'm kind of wanting. I haven't checked it out yet, but I've been wanting to listen to that one. So it's definitely set to the side. Next up, we have some death grind. This is Inferia with Fistament. I believe this band's out of Finland, I want to say. I could be completely wrong on that. Released through Severed Records, obviously, probably distributed through Severed, and Rising Nemesis Records, but pretty solid little slab of death grind there. It is 25 tracks, so definitely has some grind feels going on there. And I just dropped CDs. I'll be right. Okay, apparently we're going to go to Soulless Profanation next. They jumped out at me, so I'm gonna show these guys death metal out of Poland. This is the Summoning Heresy EP. This band never put out a full length, so this is some of their demo EP material. They put out a ton of splits, demos, EPs, what have you. This has some like live tracks and stuff on there. It also has a Sepultura, a cover of Sepultura's Necromancer on there as well. That's pretty good. Next up, we have some death metal out of Denmark. Definitely have spent some time with this one. This is Septic Congestion with Souls to Consume. Just killer brutal death metal released through Morbid Generation Records, Amputated Vein, and Severed Records. Absolutely phenomenal release. This one stayed in the car for a little bit of time as well. Just going to continue out of this stack because I don't want them falling everywhere. Next up, this is a split. Stillbirth. Man, I'm going to... The name of the... It's a four-way split. The name of the split is Pathology of Anomalous Origin. I know Stillbirth is on there because I can read their logo. Nephrectomy. We're going to have to open this one up. Disfigurement of Flesh, Nephrectomy, Stillbirth, and Congenital Anomalies is on there. So a couple, Disfigurement of Flesh, Stillbirth, I've definitely have listened to those guys before. Nephrectomy, I've heard a little bit of. So looking forward to jumping into this kind of four-way split. I have not spent any time with that yet. So next up, we have Severance with Suffering and Humanity. Now, I have seen this one all over the place. It's been out for quite some time, 2006. So I've seen that cover any all over like shops and distros and stuff. So I don't imagine this one is a hard record to get your hands on, but haven't listened to it yet. So definitely now when I see it posted around for sale everywhere, I'll have an idea of what I'm looking at and what else that distro is offering up. Next up, this is a standalone Severed Records release. This is Bowl with Infinite Deprivation. Boal, Bowl. Not familiar with this one at all. Pretty sick looking artwork on that, so looking forward to checking that one out. Next up, we have some brutal death metal out of Mexico, I'm wanting to say. This is Iatrogenia with Negligence. Could be wrong on the country, but it was released through Coyote Records, which is in Russia. But I'm wanting to say this band is from Mexico. Pretty sick looking stuff there. Pretty hefty release going on there from Iatrogenia. Once again, I'm not listing all these in the description, so if there's something that I show and you can't quite understand me, I know that I struggle with a little bit of a lisp now with the teeth. Just let me know. I'll do my best to look through the stack and type it out in the comments for you or whatever. Next up, we have Blindfolds. Blindfolds with 2 S's. I do not know anything about this band. I was going to say it looks kind of grindy, but it has 3 tracks on this, so I have no idea what I'm getting into. Almost has that possible like nail bomb feel going on there, but I have no idea. So we'll see what that one's all about when I get around to it. Next up, we have Intestinal Alien Reflux with Illegal Aliens. Another one that I do not know, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on it. Kind of hard to pick out that artwork through the glare anyway, but hopefully be something that we dig there. Definitely some more death grind. We have Disact with State Crusher. I know it's death grind because I've listened to it, but if I hadn't listened to it, I would have known it's death grind because there's 26 tracks on this. Pretty solid release as well. This is another one of those Coyote Records, distributed by Severed Records releases, but so I want to say maybe that band's out of Russia or somewhere in that area. Next up, we have some Spanish death metal, and I absolutely fell in love with this. I started listening to it about around Thanksgiving, and it just kind of stuck with me. This is Reticulate with Bloody Holidays. Absolutely phenomenal, straightforward death metal release. I actually put the rest of their material on my want list on Discogs after listening to this album because I liked it so much. So definitely check out Reticulate. Next up, we have Lacinist with Oral Death Blow. Looks like there's going to be no apologies on this release. They look pretty mean and demonic there on the back, and then you get that artwork. So looks like there's going to be absolutely no apologies death metal coming my way with that one. Next up, we have Depths of Depravity with Inspiration with 2 R's. Got to be heavy because it's got 2 R's, right? This looks like some straightforward. It was from a label in Hungary, so not familiar with the band, but we're going to be after we give that one a listen. Next up, we have Sacrifice Justice with Someone Speaks Shit. So there we go. Kind of low budget cover, but you never know. Sometimes that's some of the best stuff. So next up, we have Kill Athena with Ravaging All Within. That's some pretty sick looking artwork. Looks like something I can get behind. Digging that. This is from Sickness Productions, 2018 Sickness Productions. So I'm wondering maybe if it's some slamming, brutal death, or what we have going on there. Next up, we have Sick Fuck with Teabagged at Birth. I've heard this band. Got some stuff from those Gore House grab bags. Pretty decent stuff. I mean, it's nasty, but sometimes that's just what the doctor calls for. This was released on Guttural Graphics and Gorgiastic Records. So next up, this is a band, I believe they're out of Canada. Exsanguinate with Disintegration Through Ritualistic Torture. This was self-released by the band. This is actually a pretty hard release to get your hands on. Man, that glare is killing me today. But so I was kind of stoked to see this in this mystery box. That's not something that you see every day coming out, and are able to get your hands on at a decent price. Next up, we have In Torment with Paradoxical Visions of Emptiness. Another sick looking artwork on that one. That one was through pathologically explicit records and Severed Records distribution. Next up, we have Welding Torture. Maybe it's Wielding, but it looks like it says Welding Torture through with their EP 2011. So this one's been out a minute, but that's some pretty sick looking stuff. That looks like something I can definitely get behind there. So looking forward. I'm going to put that one off to the soon to listen to stack. Next up, we have Gore Inhaler with Welcome to Zombieland. And that's some more gnarly artwork. I got so much brutal death metal. It's going to be like brutal death metal overload for me. It's going to be insane. Next up, we have Fungus Inc. with Getting Drunk and Spreading Spunk. So, pretty funny name. Yeah. So, it was like they were drinking and driving and no telling what else. Spreading Spunk. Next up, we have Cataplexis with Downpour. I don't know if that's going to be, that might be like one of the oddball releases. It might be death metal. I'm not sure, but it almost has like a either sludgy or even possibly black metal look going on, but I'm not familiar with that one, so I could be way off. Next up, Andromorphous Rexalia with Cosmic Collision into the Fifth Dimension. Looks like we have some alien themed death metal. Always good to have some alien themes. You can't just have blood and guts all the time. So, you know, you got some good bands throwing those alien themes going into their music. This was released through Gorgiastic in 2010. Next up, we have Orgiastic Rebirth with Quarters of Repugnant Suffering. So we're back to the blood and guts, brutal death metal look. Looks pretty nasty. I hate that glare is tearing me up so bad for you guys back there, because I really want to show you some of these artworks, but the darker ones just are not going to cooperate. Next up, we have Exterminio with Homicide in First Degree. This looks like it could be some grindy looking stuff just from the artwork there. Next up, we have Fecundation with Decomposition of Existence. I bet at this point you guys are probably figuring I'm about half retarded with my poor pronunciation skills. This was originally released by Coyote Records in Russia, and has distribution through Severed Records and Obliteration Records. Looks like it was reissued through Meat. I can't read the Meat something Records. There's the, I don't know if it's going to focus, but the logo's like right there. So next up, we have In Articulo Mortis. This is actually a pretty solid release. This is one I decided to pull out and listen to. I wanted to grab one that was a little bit different from what I would usually just go like gravitate towards first. This one kind of looked a little cheesy, but I picked it up, grabbed it, and I actually really enjoyed this. I believe this is out of Czechia. Nice to Eat You Records, Severed Records release, but it was a pretty solid straightforward death metal release on that one. So that was again, that was In Articulo Mortis. Let me dig some more out of the stack here. Next up, we have Ceplophile with Mesanoxian. Yeah, Mesanoxian, maybe. To me, like if I just saw that band logo and that background, I would not think that was death metal, but I know better, and I know that it is. I have not listened to the album yet, so definitely have to check that one out here pretty soon. Next up, we have Slowly Rotten with Human Misery. I'm wondering if they changed their logo at some point because I remember a band called Slowly Rotten, and I'm wondering if it's the same band. So I have not listened to this, but released through Rotten Rolex, so it is quite possible. Next up, we have Rust Castillo with Undisputed Sovereignty. Yeah, I have no idea on this one. It's HRUST Castillo. Yeah, so no idea. That one is completely foreign to me. Next up, we have Hostile Eyes with Disobedience. This was released through Blood Curdling Enterprises. So there you go. Next up, we have Horrific Disease with Outbreak. More brutal death metal. This one has a release through Satanic Records, Punishment 18, Extreme Music, Severed Records. It has them. Yeah, you can see them all listed down there. So I gotta give that one a spin. It's got to be good with the backing of all those labels and stuff on there. Next up, we have Reinfection with Peace Through Killing. There's no way that you're gonna see this artwork. I could just tell already. As dark as that artwork is and the glare that I got going on, that was released through Gorgiastic Records. So there's quite a bit of those releases in this mystery box this time. Not complaining because it got me some new stuff that I haven't heard before. Next up, we have Neurosis. Pretty sure it's not that Neurosis with Burden 1916. This is released through Metal Till Death Records. Looks like some war themed stuff going on there. You have death, and then you have the dead soldiers, skeleton soldiers there on the artwork. Next up, we have Belial with Diabology. Looks like some more demonic themed death metal. Looks pretty sick. I'm actually going to pull that one off. Another one of those Gorgiastic releases. Some of these that I'm pulling to the side, you'll probably see showcased on Instagram here sometime in the pretty near future. Next up, we have Manticore with Behold the Ascension of the Execrated. So that's another one of those. Kind of looks like it has those blackened themes going on. That's a pretty sick looking artwork, to be honest. I'm digging that. Another one that there's no way you're going to make out the artwork. This one is Everyone Dies Alone with Peace. P-I-E-C-E, not P-E-A-C-E. The artwork is showing up a little bit better. It almost looks like stained glass. Next up, we have Humanity Eclipse with Civiter Parabellum. So obviously this band is not from the U.S. This was released through Gorissimo Records in Poland. So I'm wondering if the band themselves is from. I wonder if it's some Polish death metal. It looks pretty sick with the artwork though. I know I've said that probably 100 times already. Next up, we have Gore Sluts with Divisi Panamera. Yeah. Not familiar with Gore Sluts, but it's weird. I'm not familiar with them, but I am. Like I've seen someone post about them, and I'm thinking it was probably on Instagram, or it had to have been on Instagram or Facebook, but I've seen someone recently post about that band, but it is slipping my memory who it was. Next up, we have Shuriken Cadaveric Entwinement with Resuscitating the Vile, and that looks pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like samurai zombie death metal, and that we're going to set that one off to the side of stuff that I'm going to listen to here pretty soon. This one looks nasty. This is Flesh Grinder with Coroner's Inquest Suit. Looks like some gore grind, death grind. Looks like some nasty stuff going on there on that cover. Next up, we have Le Korea with Evolution Through Rape. Yeah, there you go. Not going to dive too deep into that. All right. The name of the album is Misanthropic of Sakura, and it's Kill Infection. Okay. I couldn't read the logo font up there, but at least I could read the side. Kill Infection with Misanthropic of Sakura. Pretty sick looking stuff there. So on as far as the artwork, this has to be an EP, only 5 tracks long, but it's released through Amputated Vein, Severed Records, and Limited Blasting Production out of Indonesia. So we might have some Indonesian brutal death going on there. I'm surprised at the lack of, because I was thinking I was going to just get a ton of Indonesian brutal death metal, but this looks like it spread all over. So I'm kind of pleased with that. Next up, we have Human Prey with Eradication, another Morbid Generation Records release. We have Sapro Bionotic with Beneath the Abyss. And I like that artwork. It's kind of, it's simple, but it's not simple. I mean, there's a lot of detail, but it's like small. You have to sit there. That's one that you're going to want to sit there and just spend some time looking at. So we got some zombie death metal, No More Room in Hell. And it looks to be self-titled, 7 tracks through Morbid Generation Records and Severed Records, distributed in the USA, rated R. Next up, we have The Frost with Of the Forest Unknown. That looks like it's going to be some black metal. It was, let's see if I can read the Darsmaticus Records. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them, but that looks like black metal. Now, I may be thrown for a loop when I throw that in and give it a spin, but with the name of the band being The Frost, and Of the Forest Unknown is the name of the album, that definitely screams black metal to me. That's a label out of Macedonia, but as far as the band is concerned, I'm not sure. Next up, we have Provocation with Forging the Gods. This looks like it's going to be some straightforward death metal. That looks like it has, like, if I have to guess, I'm not familiar with this, but just looking at the artwork, the name of the band, and the album titles, I'm thinking this is going to be like some 90s death metal worship, and I'm a-okay with that, if that's what that is. Next up, we have another Gore Inhaler release. I believe we had some Gore Inhaler, another one of their albums previously that I showed. This one is entitled Kara Fading Days. So that's another Coyote Records out of Russia and Severed Records partnering release. Next up, we have Demonic Obedience with Nocturnal Hymns to the Fallen. That one looks like it could be pretty sick. It's released through Sataneth Records and Severed Records, so that's another one of those kind of dark, maybe occult death metal type deals. I'm putting that one to the side as something that I want to listen to here pretty soon as well. Got 2 left, and then I'll wrap this video up for you guys. We have Vomitous Mass with Sufferings from Defleshment. That almost looks like some Human Centipede turned into cannibalism going on that. And then the last one I'm going to show you guys is Combink with Fucking Your Slam. So it looks like we have some slamming brutal death to wrap this up. If you're feeling a little ripped off because you didn't get the full 100 CDs, I apologize. You can go back and look at the previous video that I did for one of these if you want to see a full 100 CDs. But at least you're getting out of this one at about halftime as opposed to the full hour that the last video was. So that's all I've got for today. I promise, I know I said this every video, but I promise I'm going to try to be a little more deliberate as far as getting material out to you guys, and focusing a little bit more on the channel. I've had the health stuff going on last year and job stuff and all that garbage. I want to leave that in 2025. It seemed like I've been dealing with that for years, and hopefully moving forward into the new year, I can start focusing on the channel and stuff that I want to do. So took a big step with that with the Metal Devastation Fest, and I just want to keep that ball rolling and moving forward, and just bettering myself and the channel for you guys. So that's all I've got for now. Stay classy, stay metal, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys soon. I promise.